Wow, hey, how are you? Welcome to Mike of the Minifans, the longest hour in recorded broadcast history. Good evening, Penners. That's Penner's great guy. I'm joined great panel, one of the top panels probably ever assembled. We got Mr. Montante making his return
Yeah,
to the clout.
good to be back. What people are saying, we have 3 gays in a straight here, right? So that's what the people are saying. So nice to have facts here, balance it out with one straight
Yes,
male to join the panel.
yes. Don't talk about Montante told me privately we cannot talk about his success in the crypto sphere, so that's
Yep.
off the table. So yeah,
None of
does
this
everyone
is
know that?
advice. None of this is financial advice.
We got Timothy Fax. I actually didn't know he was on last week, but I said, you need the real Mike of the Minifans experience. You need BA, you need PRC, you need not the Augustus show. So we got Fax back for a second week in a row. How are you?
That's right. I'm doing great. I loved it last week, but now I'm ready for the real thing this week. And hey, just because you're married doesn't mean you're fully straight. So we might be 4-0 here today.
Oh, wow.
Hey, 4 queers right for Pride Month.
Timothy Fax though has the best mic setup I've ever seen. It's clear. Like John from Scranton has like the most fancy mic and always sounds terrible. Like Timothy Fax sounds smooth. So maybe you need to give him some advice. I don't know. And then we're joined by PRC. PRC, how are you?
Good. Yeah, I have the worst mic setup in the game, so this will even out nicely. Yeah, I
That's
got some Walmart headphones and a mic. So
yeah. But you're the people's champ, so everyone loves PRC. You got to keep him, and he has good takes. And this week I don't know where to start. Actually, it's tough because basketball has taken over kind of the show. And Montante, people are saying you don't like the basketball.
Yeah, that was a bizarre one because I don't think I've voiced that to anybody. So maybe the Seagulls are still in Kirk's ear. I don't know what that was about.
They're down. Everyone's down on you. Like the show's down, the fans are down. What can you say to address these things?
What can you do? It's all good. I mean, it is what it is. Control what you can control, one game at a time.
I also think when you don't you usually come on something like once every few weeks. You kind of have a bit of a hiatus, and then people start. Your narrative gets
when you're on. Control. Oh, he's on too much. He's everywhere. When you don't go on, oh, you hate the show, and so you can't please everybody. Yeah, please a few people.
Facts. You like the basketball? How you liking the basketball stuff?
Oh yeah, I love the basketball stuff. I love last night. And the best moment, which is probably going to end up being a top moment in show history, was definitely running to Duncan and back on Wednesday. That was so fucking hilarious. I was in my office just sitting there laughing out loud, and all my fucking coworkers are like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "The funniest shit you've ever seen, but you don't get it." It was so good just hearing Kirk sit there and go after Mutt for like 2 minutes just to get him to run like 200 feet.
And it's funny too. Mutt is like trying to be like, "Oh, Kirk, I'm not some puppet. Kirk, you can't tell me what to do." And it took him like 2 minutes to break him, and then he's running with.
I thought Mutt was gone when he over. I thought, he's making a stance for himself. And next thing you know, he comes back in all out of breath. So I thought he was going to take a stance, but
we'll get into the basketball in a bit. I tried to get someone that was at the game to come on, so we might get Phil the Minifan to give us. So we'll get to it in a bit, but I want to start with. I guess we'll start with. We can either go Justin or Coleman. Snacks or Coleman every week has like 5-6 things you could talk about. Like Coleman, just his comments. They're talking about graduation. He's like, "Oh, look, like the graduation he attended made his graduation look like a tiki torch graduation." He said something like he has plenty of girlfriends. Then he goes on and he's talking about he feels for his black brothers and sisters. And then this is just insane. This picture of Coleman.
I love that picture. I love it so much.
Like this guy did a little bit of mushrooms and he just couldn't handle it. Hey, look at him look at him. It's crazy. He's strapped down too. Like, is that like normal? Like being strapped down like that?
I guess if they knew he took something, if they knew he took something, they were like, "Oh, I don't want to deal with this headache if he does wake up mid-ride." Because if he is at the point where he has to go onto a stretcher over mushrooms, you got no clue what this motherfucker's going to do if he's like lucid again. And I mean, I don't know why it was unbelievable. Because when he said that he took shrooms and had to get hospitalized, I was like, yeah, that makes perfect sense for someone like Coleman. Like having to get hospitalized for shrooms, oh yeah. That like fits.
Was that his
It
first
fits well.
time?
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead, Pierre.
Had to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
I think it sounded unbelievable because I feel like this would have came up beforehand. So just kind of the nonchalant way he kind of threw it in there kind of seemed like he was just bullshitting to kind of fill air. But this is irrefutable.
I don't know, like how, like someone to have this kind of a mushroom trip is like mushrooms are pretty mild, like unless you take a shitload. But there's no way he took a shitload, right? Like, there's no way. No, he took a little bit. He probably started like the lights started like tripping out a bit. And he's like, I gotta go to the hospital. You know? Everyone knows that guy that like overreacts. Like this guy looks like he got shot by his friend Hav. You know, and the but it's crazy. But what did you think about that one? We did a little bit of mushrooms after like a night of drinking. We were fine. You know.
Yeah, I just fell asleep instantaneously. So maybe I would have been like that if I was in the middle of Citi Field. Now it's in a weird way. I actually feel bad for his coworkers. Imagine going out to this concert, you know, and some fucking guy who no one really knows that much is now just hallucinating, walking around. You have to go in a fucking ambulance ride, and your night's ruined.
Yeah, that's true. Like he's the intern. Like he was
a liability, yeah. And why he felt the need to tell Wonton Don is another bizarre instinct.
That's something like that happens, and you're like, oh, we can never take Coleman can't hang, you know, Coleman can't party with the boys.
Oh, if that happens, you got to get a new job. Like you can't show face again. That's tough. But hey, good for him.
Isn't that kind of like on brand for Coleman though, too, to tell Wonton Don like he did mushrooms and now he's like, hey, drug guy, I'm a drug guy too now. You know,
yeah, he's like, hey,
I don't think he was I went to the hospital guy.
No, I don't. God. Coleman doesn't have I don't think the body type to be a drug guy.
No, he smokes a lot of weed, which he can handle, but
that's not really drugs.
Well, it depends. But yeah, the shrooms are a bit much. But I thought Clemmer got some flack, you know, that wasn't really needed. He did a little journalism and corrected himself quickly.
One like Quinlan does it best. Coleman the chameleon, like that line. Even Portnoy, it was a topic on the Unnamed show. You know,
if he did fucking the show with Wallow and Gilly, he'd have a do-rag on by episode 3. Like that's just Coleman. You know, it's no real identity. It is what it is.
I mean, yeah, that happens. He's. This is coming from another young kid I know, but he's also young, so he's just like all that intern time and everything and what he did before. The way I see it, and I'm just like, oh, he just has no clue who he is. And then he jumps on the Kirk show, and that is where it's just like you go from something like Barstool, New York, to the Kirk Minahan show. Like his previous personality is not going to fit into that environment at all.
I don't get why he felt the need to kind of shift into this right-wing persona. Like Kirk's not super right-wing.
No,
you know, so it's interesting, and you can tell it's still a work in progress. Like when he's asked for substance on like on the border issue or whatnot, he just kind of freezes. So he's finding his way. But
I was saying this. I said I think he's listening to old KMS and he's trying to be like Steve Robinson because he's trying to be the Steve Robinson type of producer. Also, you're right. Like he goes and he feels the need to speak on this like these rioting issues to no one. Like no one was like, how many people could have been subscribed to that? That was probably he probably had less viewers than like Meeting the Minds got.
But
you know
that being said, look where he is now. It ended up working out. You know, with all the weird cringeworthy videos he did, he ended up now. Would he have ended up there anyway? Maybe, probably, but it ended up working out for him. So. And it's actually working out now in his benefit because it's like good mockable content. And he's taking it about as well as he can. So, he's a fucking genius. Who knows?
Yeah, he's a trooper. I mean, the way that he just takes the hits, you know, he's like the one dude that has shown over the months that like Kirk just goes in and lays in on him. But at the end of the day, Coleman's just kind of like, yeah, because you can't really defend yourself when you have that irrefutable proof. It's all just right there. So he has really no other choice. If he jumps out, he's done with Barstool probably. So he just has, in order to keep his job and stay within this Barstool realm, he will have to sit there and just take the abuse for as many gigabytes of fucking videos of him being an idiot are.
What do you think of Portnoy? Portnoy clearly sees Coleman as this total liability, where he thinks he's gonna, in a couple years, he's gonna be the head of a hit piece against Barstool. I don't see Coleman doing that because like you guys are saying, he takes the punches. Unlike Justin, he's cool with being made fun of, he's cool with being made fun of. But what do you think about this Portnoy? Oh, Coleman is going to be a liability down the road. What do you think? PRC, how about we go to you for this one?
I don't think he's going to be a liability. Everything that you're saying is true. He takes the punches, he goes with it. He's not a bitch in that regard, like some people are, and you can tell they're going to do it. He is still trying to find himself and get everything, figured out and shit like that. But nothing that he's done has pointed to he's going to be a liability in that sense.
Also, I do his drop game is getting better and better as the days go by. That CVS drop out of nowhere, why does he even have that? So you got to give him some credit there. What do you think? Facts? You think he's gonna be a liability? He's he'll get out and about. We'll hire him, and then he'll go out. He'll go against Kirk, or what do you think?
No, I don't think he's ever gonna go against Kirk because I think Kirk is gonna mold him. He's right at that point when you're in your mid-20s, kind of like what I'm reaching right now, where you are pretty much decided on who you're gonna be, and there's no other person better to call you out on your bullshit constantly than Kirk Minihane. So I feel like it's just gonna make him tougher, if anything. And if he does end up leaving, whether it's sour or not, I think he just seems like more of a shrug it off guy to me. Even when he left New York, he really just shrugged it off and then saw the next opportunity and was like, I guess this is who I am now. And then he just went for it. He seems like he is unsure of who he is for sure. And that's been proven already. But he doesn't really seem like a combative person at all.
Yeah. But so the thing that I guess you could be, what was scary about him is in 2 years, he goes from, brothers and sisters out there, riot away, steal your stereos, we're with you, to 2 years later, he's fuck immigration, and he's anti-immigration. He wants the Epstein list out.
We can't all acknowledge that, he's a chameleon and then rule out, this happening in the future. I don't think he would, but you definitely can't rule it out. The one thing that works in Portnoy's advantage, where I think these situations become less and less, all the big enemies of Barstool are just going out of business or just more relevant than ever. BuzzFeed, I think, is out of business, right?
Yeah, I think that happened last year, and then someone just recently bought the patent for super cheap.
Yeah, so I don't even know who maybe the watch that HBO. I don't know who it would be. So I don't think Coleman would do that, but I would not rule it out because for better or worse, until he finally finds himself, he's still developing his character, whatever that may be. But I would be shocked if he did.
Yeah. And I mean, it might be who he is too. It might just be a fit in where I need to fit in just so I can kind of survive. He's more of the hang on at the back of the truck type of dude where he's not in the seat, but at least he's there. He might just be that person, but we don't know at all. You don't know when you're 24. You have no clue.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I think it's still his transformation is crazy. It's just crazy. But I also do think that he's saying he was doing it he was just trying to say what people wanted to hear, that's the when you have someone like that, they're just talking to just say what you want to hear, then that's okay, where's the issue there? But
but see, that's where
go ahead, PRC.
No, I was gonna say just in what you said right there, that's the issue where I could see him slipping up, is if he's trying too hard to impress somebody and then he says some dumb shit like that. But I don't think he'd do it like intentionally.
Yeah, he's just a big dummy. Speaking about Coleman, the gym account. This account is the best. I was trying to get them on. This account has been the best account. Everyone has speculation to who it is.
The correct name has not been guessed yet.
You know who it is?
I got sources.
What is your?
I can't. I've said too much already, but
I think it's like maybe it's Hav. It could be Hav.
The ultimate betrayal.
That would be awesome.
His brother.
Hav. Like, do you think it's a Minifan or do you think it's a Coleman, someone from Coleman's past? Montante can't. Facts, I guess. Montante's.
I think it's fucking Coleman.
You think it's Coleman?
Of course, he deleted his own Twitter. Now he's making, of course, and it's a brilliant play.
I mean, do you think like he can pull something like that off? Do you think he would have the wherewithal to?
Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it right now.
All right.
I can see it because, like if you go like all the shit that Jimmy has shared, you can find on Instagram if you go down the rabbit hole far enough.
Yeah.
Like you can get to the Sack League, and then you can get to senior quotes, and then you can get to what's pod, and then you can get to the red flag collector, which I don't think Jimmy shared yet, but he'll get to that stuff later. But the one thing that got to me was that picture of him in the Notre Dame hat and the Celtics. That's from a good friend or somebody in Coleman's inner circle. That's not on the internet. That's like
that's something that popped up on his time hop. You know, like 3 months ago, and he revealed it himself.
Oh, David Maryland saying it's not Coleman. He's confirming.
Okay, so it's David of Maryland. Okay, I was wrong. All right.
No, I don't know who. I think it's his brother.
Someone like him. I don't know.
I think it's Chris. I think it's Chris.
You think it's Chris Coleman?
Yeah.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. That was his other brother.
Montante, are you gonna fight Blind Mike Sneakers?
Yeah, he's been obsessed. Yeah, listen, restraining order's been filed for less. Sneaks is I'd say he's obsessed with me. I don't know how else to explain it. But
you don't like the 40K account?
Nah, it's all bizarre. A grown man, middle of a workday, like texting someone else, like making photoshops of another man is odd to me, but maybe I'm the weird one there.
I don't know. I think you gotta like look at it. He sent me
a gym selfie today. It was like, yeah, I'll see you in Saco. It's like, all right, dude. Like, didn't fucking Jay beat you up by grabbing your balls? Like get the fuck out of here with that.
You got the size. I think if you got to fight him, you have to like tackle him and then I think
listen, his kryptonite is a red power is a red Powerade. You have a red Powerade, it's like garlic to a fucking vampire. You're good.
Yeah. All right, Sacco, Montante versus Sneaks. Maybe we'll see that. That'll be great. PRC, actually, didn't you want to say something to Montante about crypto? And now that he's here, I think that's.
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about the crypto.
Oh, I was a joke. I was joking. That was.
Yeah, no, I was ready to go, but like, if it's a legal thing, I don't want to get into that.
No.
You just have to say not financial advice.
Yeah, that's essentially all you got to do.
Just don't pump and dump your friends. That's all. That's just a word of advice to everybody.
If you think
just don't be a bitch and pump and dump your friends. That's just out there.
Listen, crypto is all an open game. You can see what I'm doing. I'm not pumping and dumping. If I were to pump and dump, that means I raised $2 million, which would make me the best salesman on planet Earth. As you can tell by the Barstool sales, I am not.
Where did you get $2 million?
Fake news. That's what I'm saying. I didn't.
No, I'm saying, but where did you get that number from?
That's the market cap of Trump 2024. We're getting to the weeds here.
Oh, but the Trump 24 coin's been a scam since like 2000 when he first ran the election. That's all over Bitcoin Reddit. Like the person who made it was like,
what did you do, BA? Well, look what you started. Jesus, I was about to sell PRC. He was looking skinny. About to hit on him a little bit. Now we're healing.
I forgot about that actually, but he wanted that. But yeah, I guess Trump 2024. Don't invest. You're saying PRC.
Not financial advice. And
Montante did give me $100 worth, so
people forget.
That was a nice gesture.
That was nice. What were we talking about here? I forgot. The gym account. So you guys think it's you think it's Coleman. You think it's what do you facts? Who do you think? What do you think? Or you don't have to say a name. Maybe you probably don't even know who it could be because you're like relatively newer to the world.
I mean, Yeah, it is pretty hard for me to kind of gauge, but I don't see it out of the realm of possibility for anyone who really digs in the weeds. Because if you do any amount of digging through other social medias, I'm sure you could find older pictures and older videos of Coleman. So that's why it's just like it could be him, or it could be a buddy, or it could be somebody who's just like oddly obsessive about it. You know, they're just doing some
Yeah.
intel on it.
I think we all agree it's definitely not Justin, right? Because Justin would have owned up
No.
to it.
No, I don't think so.
I don't
Nah,
think Justin
yeah,
would sit
no,
there and
it's-
lie about it. I think he would come clean.
Yeah.
If it's Coleman, that's a diabolical move. Like that's a very diabolical move.
Yeah,
So-
but that's like the twist of the year for me, because it's just like I just wouldn't see him being like, oh, this is some good fucking content and I'm gonna spin the shit. Like if he did that, that would be respect
We talked about
forever.
earlier how good he is at taking it on the chin and rolling with the punches. So
Yeah, and if he's like the mastermind behind the taking the punches himself, like that would just be like awesome. Like he's
it
like,
would be
here,
a
let me just
diabolical move.
let me throw a softball out there for these guys. And then just I'll get us the views. But people are talking about him.
Boner Salad said Montanti knows who it is, and
I wasn't going to reveal my sources, but it was Boner Salad.
Boner Salad,
Boner Salad is like the worst source ever. Like he just throws out darts and hopes to hit. So,
but they hit more than they should, which is disconcerting.
Dave Scott said Fax used to suck Coleman off in high school. That's not nice.
Oh,
That's
well,
nice,
we were in it. We weren't within proximity, Dave and Scott, but I mean, who knows? Because at the end of the day, you do certain things to survive in high school. You know, it's a madhouse out there.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so you never really know. What are your sources? I want to know.
Yeah. I see. I'll try to wait till the half an hour mark to talk about basketball. See if the guy that was at the game comes. What about Justin getting so butthurt about?
Oh my god!
About the snacks, like it was kind of cringy at first, where because he was being serious.
Oh yeah,
it was kind of cringe. Like it ended up being funny a little bit by the end, but Justin was very sensitive about the snacks, and I actually said to Justin the snacks I think were good. But then when I heard freeze-dried apples, like those aren't good snacks, And like for a basketball game, you just need. Do you even need snacks at a basketball game? Like it's a 40-minute game.
No, you don't need snacks. And the apples are actually a good thing because he brought up a great point, where he said, and the biggest downside about fruit is it's sticky. That is not sticky. That was a good point by Justin. I thought that's a solid B+ snack. But he's right too. Kirk, whatever Justin did was never going to be, and Justin knew that too, but he still couldn't help but get fucking, mad about it.
I mean, all you need into a basketball game, I said it last week and it still plays. You need Gatorade shoes, nicotine, and smelling salts. That's all you need to get through a game. You're good.
I actually did think about the smelling salts. That actually would legitimately be.
Oh yeah. Good. Especially for that team. Once they get gassed out, dude, put a smelling salt under Mick or Mutt or Coleman. They're back in there.
And Zen does help athletic performance. It's a proven fact. I don't have the facts on me, but I know it's a fact.
They got to get maybe some Go-Gurt back in the day was that was kind of the peak of my childhood. Maybe bring back some Go-Gurts if they're still around. And not necessarily a snack, but bring Gus some shoulder, some elbow pads and knee pads and a helmet. Dust off the helmet. It's bad.
Back to crypto for a second. Was your big idea a Trump impersonator for the?
Yeah.
Trump
I mean, how much we to go back to sneaks, BA? Jesus Christ. Fueling the obsession. It's not. It's bizarre.
I thought that was funny. You don't like that? Okay.
You think lots funny. Go ahead.
So the snacks. Sorry, the snacks bit. You like? How did you like it? Facts. Did you like it?
I mean, I thought it just kind of like opened my eyes when I was sitting there and watching Justin react to it. I was like, damn, like this is really getting to him. And he just kind of kept going. And once Kirk smells blood in the water, he's going to attack. So he just kept feeding into it. And it's so obvious whenever anybody on the show is getting bothered by something Kirk says, like you can see, like he's like, oh, I love this shit. And I'm just going to feed into it. He did it with Mutt last week. He did it with Justin this week. And it's hilarious, honestly, just to watch him toy with them. that's my favorite part, just because it's just like you fuck with them, and then once they show that little bit of vulnerability, you just keep going with that. And I thought he was gonna walk out at some point because he was getting real upset.
Blind Mike killed them.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
That was, I did not see that coming. That was fucked. That definitely hurt him more than anything.
Yeah.
David in Maryland said mud is Jimmy.
He has the time on his hands.
Yeah, he did. He's got a lot of free time.
But his Snacks Bet went on for like an hour, and Justin was seriously like upset. He was hurt. But Justin's bits, he actually, even earlier in the week, he was like he had Coleman blocked for a month.
Yeah.
With no one knowing about it. So Justin does bits for like no one. It's crazy. But what do you think about that? PRC, what do you think?
The snacks or the bits?
Both.
The bits, I mean, he's just doing the bits to do the bits, and he likes doing the bits, and to each their own. Let him have fun. Let him do his thing. The snacks thing, I kind of felt for him, because like, to grow up your whole life like thinking you're the snacks guy, like, and you're the guy that everybody counted on, and like bringing snacks on the road trip, and then to just have your whole like world just crumble like that, and realize you suck at snacks, like that has to be a tough thing to go through in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially, it seems like he cares about the snacks a lot. But yeah, it was a funny hour by the end. And
it was hilarious.
Yeah. Let's see. A couple things. Menner's Live will be at 9. We're going to do the simulcast again. And shout out to the Fawns tournament. The playoffs of the Fawns hockey NHL tournament will be Sunday. I think Gus Bus is going to be streaming some of the games, so check it out there. Let's go to unnamed show, the Rico mop. I think him editing out the mop was one of the craziest things. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? This unnamed show was very, very funny. But
what makes it crazy is he doesn't have the second, third step of it. Okay, what was the purpose? What are you going to tell people when they see it? If he had an answer, like a legitimate answer for that, which I don't know what it would be, but if he had that, it wouldn't make it as crazy. But the craziest part is he didn't think that far. Mm-mm. So I don't know or he did think that far and is lying about it. So the truth would be what? He would look at it and imagine himself. He try to think it into existence, him being a college coach. That part made it crazy. If he just had a why, it wouldn't have been totally insane. But without the why, it's absolutely bad shit.
Yeah, I don't get why. Yeah, I don't get why he did it. It was the pictures of the mop and no mop were so funny. It was that a real video where it's actually up in his basement, or that was Photoshop?
Yes.
Okay, what do you think, Fax? What do you think about the Rico photoshops?
Yeah, Rico. I mean, he's always been a wild dude, and on top of just seeing him in person blowing up on the internet, he's done some wild shit. So knowing that it just happens behind the scenes just isn't surprising. And like Montante said, if you had a reason ready, like all he had to do was say like, oh yeah, it just looked weird with the mop. I didn't want to hang something in my house where I look like a janitor around coaches. Like that's a pretty good reason right there. And then
who cares? He was a pal. Rico's a fucking.
I mean,
Rico's
he cares.
A guy.
Yeah. He cares a lot about his image, but because he cares so much about his image, he constantly ruins it. Because every little thing that might put a smudge on his record, he freaks out about, and then he makes it 100 times worse. It's just, I don't know. You just gotta not let it bother you, but that's never gonna happen with him ever.
Yeah, no. He's like Justin with snacks. Like it bothers him. PRC, what did you think? Would you edit out a mop from your pictures? You're good with Photoshop.
I probably would edit out a mop, because to edit out a mop is like 2 clicks of a button, so it's not really like that hard of a edit job either. And like if I was gonna have that shit up in my basement, I probably wouldn't want to be holding the mop. I don't know. Like it is weird that he didn't have a why, or just saying like I wanted, or he just was like clear, like I want that shit in my basement. I don't want to be holding the mop. Like that could have been the end all of the story, but no, I don't think it's crazy that he wanted the mop out. I probably wouldn't want to picture me holding the mop.
Well, the
unless I was
one
doing something
crazy
cool.
thing is if you really think about it, think of all the people that Rico's met through Barstool. Like he probably has 1,000 other authentic, really cool pictures that he could hang up where he doesn't have. It's not like somebody who like won a raffle and got to go at half court to mop the floor. Like he has 1,000 other pictures he could have chosen that were legitimate and not weird, did not need an explanation. But that was the thing that he picked. I don't know. It's bizarre.
What about Quigs? Quigs, they're saying Quigs is to blame, not telling anyone.
I mean,
I can see that just based on like how well no like I don't get it because how easy it is to edit the mop out. Like I could see it for someone like Quiggs that took like 12 seconds, so maybe he didn't even think it was a thing.
Yeah, he probably just didn't care because he got the email or text or whatever, and he was like, yeah, sure, buddy," and then just like took it out real quick and sent it back. Like, and the thing for Quiggs is just like he knows nothing's gonna happen to him anyway, so it's just kind of like, "Oh, you want this edited out? Yeah, sure." Like he just probably didn't care, and then it blew up, and they're like, "This is content," and he didn't even give it a second thought. He probably forgot he did it. Like it was probably just that quick.
Shady. Who knows? Who knows what? But I thought the big thing, and it kind of is going underrated, is and you could tell Kirk is very hurt by this, that he's not on the list for Barstool. He's not on the short list for Barstool Survivor. He was saying, "Oh, you know, he can't do everything." He kind of you could tell he's a little bit like you. I think in his mind he'd be an automatic a guy to go. But
that being said, how many people outside of Portnoy are going to be in there for a second time?
Well, I don't know if they have the names, but
from the names I've seen, I didn't see anybody outside of Portnoy that were doing it. I think he gets that.
Oh, Big Cat.
Well, it said Portnoy, Big Cat.
Big Cat was in it. He was in it so quick. I forgot there's
he was out within 10 minutes. So
maybe Rico, but he's not on the short list. So do you? First, I know facts. You said that's how you kind of got into Kirk. What do you think about Kirk not being on the?
Oh, really?
I
did not know.
Yeah. What do you think about Kirk? Like, do you think he should be an automatic person in there?
Absolutely, and it's not even just because if the way that he got out had happened to someone else, I would also want that character back on because he deserves that sense of redemption where he got double crossed and all of a sudden by Stephen Che, and then you bring him back. But not only that, just because it's how I fully integrated into Kirk. Like I've always known who Kirk was, and I've always seen him in other facets of content. But that's where I was really like, okay, this guy is fucking hilarious. Like, because the not give a fuck attitude is perfect for situations like that. Because when conflict arises and you have somebody who just is not going to back down and point out the bullshit, and then you add somebody like Biz and you add somebody like Whitney, and you just like Kirk is a perfect person to put into that mix. You know, it's all personalities, and I understand that, but it's going to be fucking hilarious. And for me, I was like, he'd be one of the first returns I would think of. I mean, over someone like Big Cat. And Big Cat's great, don't get me wrong. It's just Big Cat's more focused on other people because he's not really as serious as those competitions as Kirk would be.
But I did sense a little bit of hurt that people in the chat are saying, "Oh, bad take, BA, the bad boy going after Kirk," you know. But I think he was. But I would be kind of hurt too if like I'm not on the short list, you know. PRC, what do you think? You think he's going to be back for Surviving Barstool?
I would love to see him back. I'm also pretty excited about the new characters too, to try to like see how that all goes. Except for Frank, I think the bit thing for a week-long reality show is going to be just get fucking annoying. So
somebody tells me he won't be on for a week.
No, he'll be gone.
Yes, hopefully so.
Another funny loss, pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
I think it'd be better for everybody, and I think he will too. I don't think he'll last too long, but who knows? Yeah, and I'm gonna take BA's side here too and say like I could sense it. Even today when I was listening and he was talking about it, he's like, you know, it's cool if they don't want me. If they want me, I'll go on. It's just you can tell that he wants to go on, which is cool, man. Like he likes to get in there and get in the mud and compete and do shit, which is awesome, But
that's all it is. He loves competing. He loves competing so much.
Yeah,
he's playing fucking men's league basketball at age 50 with like people who can't walk and chew gum at the same time. He loves competing. He loves it. So it's a $250,000 prize. It could be $2,000 prize, and Kirk would still want to do it just as much.
Yeah, or even if he was just forced to do it, when he got in there, he would be just as competitive.
Yeah,
regardless. Yeah, he's the guy for that. I don't know.
I like them in surviving Barstool. I think it would be a shame if he's not in this season, especially with more people, more personalities. So I hope he gets a Kirk to surviving. Let's get it going, everyone. You know what to do, Sneaks. You got it. You get it trending, buddy. Okay, ball talk. Jizz Wizards asking for it. That's why everyone. I was waiting for the guy that was at the game to show up. I guess he's not showing up. Ball talk. I have one big skepticism on this team, and I think they're playing for the clout. They're playing for the clips. They're playing for bits, and they're not playing for the squad. Like Gus gets his elbow gash. He's showing off everyone. Pat Ford is sending Mick fucking roses, 12 roses. John and Warren's doing emergency press conferences. These guys are playing for bits and clout. I don't know.
Cinema Lords is he's playing it quiet. He's playing
business.
It the right way.
Yeah, Gus.
Business. Dude, Gus wants to go in there to be like a little stunt man. It's like throw his body around. I guess it's working because people are liking it. Big Cat's kind of has the eye on him now. So I guess maybe it's working. But yeah, that smile on his face. There's a clip list. I'm gonna puke where he comes up and he's smiling. He has a dumb autistic smile on his face. Then you look at his elbow. I think I see the bone. It was disgusting. He was thrilled that happened. That was a bit much.
First of all, he says I think Gus let us know that he's at his wife's deductible. So I think that his basketball league has cost him a lot of money in the ER.
Yeah, those Ubers aren't cheap.
Ubers, everything. But so do you guys think that I think Beanbag Ron, Cinema Lords is locked in. Mick's in studio saying he's going to drain 8. He's going to drain 8 baskets. The guy gets the ball thrown to him. It hits his hand and goes out of bounds. He's weak out there. Yeah,
he looks like a little kid out there.
Yeah, no one can hit a shot. Pat Ford is just throwing bricks. Kirk couldn't hit a shot last game either. If Kirk or Beanbag Ron aren't in the game, they're not winning the game. But I really think the Pat Ford flowers to Mutt or to Mick was just so embarrassing. It was a very embarrassing moment. What do you think, PRC?
Yes. No, I like Pat Ford a lot, and I like him, but that was way over the Bitchville line right there. I was like, what is going on here? So, yeah, it was weird. I'm gay. I've never sent a man roses. You know what I'm saying?
That's even too gay for you. Yeah.
I know, I would never do that. I don't know. The roses too. I was like, why the roses?
It was roses, yeah. It was 12 roses. That's
Also, if you even want to execute that bit, how do you know Mick's address?
Yeah, they talk a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Difference between talking a lot and they know where someone lives.
Pat Ford is he's texting all these guys privately, talking. He's a big. Pat Ford, he came into the world as this guy's the drip lord, or he's the drip. He doesn't care about the clout. He doesn't care about anything, and he gets it. The clout changes people. Now he's sending Mick flowers. He's doing these long replies. He's in studio making jokes about 5G. Oh, I have 5G. Why is the internet not off? So. Why is the internet not working? So Pat Ford is he's a big time. He's more, if I would say who's in it for the game or the clout or the bits, Pat Ford is on the side of the bits, for sure.
Speaking of bits, and I'm not sure it was, but I don't know where it's hard to read Mick at times. Did you think he was reaching or just kind of joking when he said that Mutt wanted him off the team because he didn't want to have his spotlight stolen?
Do you think who was stoking? Sorry, say that again.
Mick said that Mutt wanted him off the team, not because he's concerned about his health or anything or about his performance, but he did not want his spotlight to be stolen from Mick. I couldn't tell if that was a joke.
I think he half believes it a little bit because Mick has some of those like
kidding on the square. Okay.
Yeah. He was like, he has some of those takes where he's just like, all right, he totally like believes it, but he's trying to make it come off as more of a joke. And I think he was like, this is a joke, but at the same time, he's like, this is my chance, back in the spotlight, and this old fuck's taking my spot. Yeah. Nah.
No, Nick was not joking at all. He truly believes it. He's so delusional. He believed he was gonna get 8 points. Like the guy can't even put I don't know if you watched the whole game, but when he gets the ball, he can't even do anything. Like it's like a little kid. I was saying on Me and the Minds or something, they should set it up with the other tean where they're like, hey, we have this sick kid.
Will they let him score?
Yeah, can you just if you get the ball, everyone just goes, everyone just moves to the side and just lets Mick score. You got a huge standing ovation. You get Josh on the call. Like it would be so awesome. It would be so awesome. Oh, look, we have perfect time and we got Phil. Phil, can you hear us? Oh, Phil, can you hear us? Nope.
What up, boys? What up?
Hey,
Phil.
Hey. How are you guys?
Hey, good. How are you?
Good. Yeah, thanks for having me on. A pleasure.
No worries. We're about 40 minutes in, but I was waiting for you to talk basketball. So you were at the game.
Yes, I was.
So how was it? Like, how's the environment there? How was the environment? What did you think?
It was absolutely awesome. It was absolutely incredible. So yeah, I live about an hour from where it was in Waltham, so it was a little bit of a drive. But as soon as we got there, it was like Kirk said, it was hot as hell inside the arena. It was about 90 degrees in there. But honestly, it was one of those ones where as soon as you got in there, you got used to it. But everyone looked pretty serious, as far as the players on the sideline. It was awesome. It was definitely awesome. And then as soon as the game started, the energy was high as far as what fans that were there. Obviously, it was probably 30 people there. So 30. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like where I was, there's 15 people probably, but there was a whole other side of the bench. I don't know where the mime was and where, So
are you counting Kane under the bleachers or?
Well, Kane is saying the crowd stunk. Like, where was Kane and his megaphone? He was saying he was going to go with the megaphone. He said he couldn't even hear the crowd.
Really? You know what? Through the broadcast, yes, correct. But as far as when Kirk hit that shot, for the people that were there, that crowd erupted. I was screaming at the top of my lungs when he made the shot, and then other big moments. So I thought the crowd was good. It didn't come across in the broadcast because of the audio, but that's just how it goes. But no, I thought it was a great experience. So for people that wanted to go and didn't go, definitely missed out. I think it's a must be at an event. Yeah, highly recommend. It was awesome. Even though it was a loss, I still thought it was a great time. Awesome Minifan experience for anyone that lives in the area. No doubt about that.
Did you take any pictures with nipples and be a man? All the superstars.
It's funny. I have a little quick funny story about the be the man. So I've seen him before, talked to him before. So I don't know him personally, but it's I've seen him. So it's oh cool, cool that he's there. But there's this kid. So the team that played before, he looks over and sees Be a Man. He's like, oh my God, that's the Be a Man guy. And he looks at me. He's like, that's the Be a Man guy. I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, that is him. Yeah. And then the other guy, of course, the other guy with him is like, oh, who the hell is that? He's like, oh, I'll show you his TikToks. And, so he was all gassed up. He had no clue that Kirk was over there on the other side. Probably had no idea about the Barstool connection, just completely oblivious to them. This other team, they're just like, oh, this is just another night where we're just playing basketball. It's such a strange world, but yeah.
Yeah, Be a Man. It's funny. Everyone says how famous he is. Everyone's going up trying to take pictures with him. And he comes up to all these guys on the Kirk Minahan YouTube's like, oh, I'm a big fan of yours. He's in the chats. And
he's such a cool dude. He really is an awesome guy. So yeah, he was there. He was keeping stats and stuff. Nipples was as soon as Gus got hurt, Nipples was right there ready
like
and
medic.
ready to help him out and all that. I think what was funny, I think about that is Gus's wife was like less interested, like because she's like, Gus is like, I think I'm gonna go to the ER, and she's like, oh, I think we should go now, and he's like, I'll wait till later. And she's like, all right, I guess we'll wait till later, and she's like defeated, poor thing. And then and then Nipples just comes out of nowhere, is like, oh, he has a whole first aid kit and bandages
Oh
him
my
up.
God, why?
And,
Combat medic.
Probably nipples, because those big ass nipples, like they fucking start bleeding and shit. So he has to keep
So
a
he's
first
always
aid kit.
prepared.
Yeah, he has
So he's always
band-aids.
prepared.
Got travel size Vaseline in his pocket.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah,
"We're
dude.
good."
Yeah, and it's just like Kirk said with Gus, like showing everyone. He showed every single person, and there was one moment where he wasn't even looking at anybody, and he looks at it and he laughs and he's like, ha, 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 and he comes it back up. He was so excited that he got hurt. I've never seen someone so excited that they got hurt. But for him, I think it was like a badge of honor that he, gave his body for the team. Like, I don't think it was like a malicious thing or trying to get attention. But
You don't think it was like he knew it was going to be a big moment? Like, because I could see Gus being like, "Oh, Big Cat's going to retweet this." Like he's going to the
By
camera.
the way, it's working.
Yeah,
It is working.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you never know with him. There's always an angle with Gus, but I don't know if Gus even knows. But
yeah, who knows? But yeah, I still think like there is like the crew of bit guys that they need to be dialed in. Like there's crew of bit guys on the team. But I guess that's what it is, right? It's like a KMS KMS stars team. So
yeah, yep.
Phil.
Yes,
I have a question for Phil.
Go ahead.
Did you interact with the mime?
Not personally, but my fiance next to me is like, there's a mime, and it's one of those things that someone tells to you. What'd you say?
You took your fiance to this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And she was so reluctant. She was like, where are we going again? I was like, we're going to a middle school.
Yeah.
Like that's where we're going to a middle school in Waltham. Don't worry about it.
That's true.
This is gonna be so much fun. No, she had a blast. She does listen to the show a little bit. Obviously only because of me, but but it was a great time. It was a great time. But what was your question? Oh, about the mime. So she told me, she's like, oh, there's a mime over there. It's like something that like someone a dream had. You're like, no way, there's a mime. And so I look over and it was a mime doing the whole bit. What, like, no one's watching the mime, but the mime's doing the whole, like, the referee made a bad call and he brought out the handkerchief and he like threw the handkerchief at the ref and did this kind of thing. And dude, it was.
But was the mime there like before the game, or was he there?
Question.
Was the mime there? Was the mime there for the Kirk game, or was he there like just a mime?
I think the mime showed up right around the start of the game, because I don't remember seeing the mime at all until the game started.
Because if like a mime is showing up at a middle school for all these games,
weird.
he might,
right?
He maybe hangs out with Justin. Who knows?
When you put it like that, it's like, who is this person? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where. Like, it's very strange.
He was there for the bit.
On the broadcast, Josh is like, "There's a meme here." I was like, and they like zoom in on the mime, and I was like, "Is that like, look at the meme?" And then his counterpart was like, "Do you mean mime?" He was like, "Yes, I do." I was like, "What the fuck?" So
also, Josh makes the basketball 10, 20x better than would have been if Josh isn't there, and it's just like Justin commenting or something. I don't think this guy has as much steam as Josh is great on the mic. Like he's a great broadcaster.
He's awesome. I love listening to him.
Out of nowhere.
He gets it. Yeah, it just came up and was just essentially the second coming of Kevin Harlan for YouTube Live fans. He just such a good job.
How he talked on the show to like how he talked, when he was on the mic and the thing was just like, what the fuck just happened here? It was awesome.
Yeah,
he's so confident. He's so confident on the mic. Like he's like,
oh yeah. Nobody knows it. You wouldn't really know it unless you listen to Colts games on the radio. But on the radio for Colts games, their main play-by-play sounds just like him. Like, I swear to God, it's crazy. Because I heard his voice, and I'm like, why does this sound so familiar? And I'm like, oh shit, yeah. When I can't watch Colts games and I listen on the radio, he sounds just like the play-by-play. I forget his name, but that's why he sounds so good to me. Huh?
Yeah, he's definitely found his calling. That's for sure. He definitely should pursue this as a career, or I mean, he's for a guy that I don't know if he's done it before, if he has any sort of past and calling games or doing any sort of announcing or whatever. But if he's never done it before and he literally just stepping up and doing this, that's like pretty impressive for, like you said, a guy on the show you never like gave like, you know, a second thought to. Like it seemed like he didn't know the show, and you know, now look at him now. You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. So no, that's good to see.
Phil, how far away were the snacks? That was big. Like, how far away were the Jizz
Can I be
Wizard?
honest with you? I never saw the snacks, so I don't know.
Oh.
Justin said they were near the bathroom. So from where the team is and the bathroom was, we're talking 20 feet. But I don't even know. I saw the drink, like the cooler of drinks. I saw Justin pick that up and he was like, "Hey, I have the drinks." And I remember him like showing the guys the drinks. I don't remember him showing the guys the snacks. Not that he didn't, but I personally did not see that.
Wow.
But yeah, the snack, Justin getting so mad at the snack thing was absolutely unbelievable. I've never heard him so upset, but he was just like, I guess you know, it is food. I guess maybe it's his trigger. It's like one of his loves. I don't know, dude. That was wild though. Great entertainment. But I was like, wow, he's dying on this hill of the snacks.
But I guess if you can't see the snacks, it's like the snacks should just be behind the bench, right?
That's what I thought. The drink should have been behind the bench. The snacks should be behind the bench.
That's what I was just thinking.
Right
too.
within this eyesight, so everyone knows where they are. They should have been labeled snacks on top. I mean, you know.
Yeah. So I guess the evidence is outstanding. It's evidence is piling up. It's Justin, bad snack guy. This is Mutt the cancer of the team. Like Mutt is in the coach. Like, yeah, everyone has that guy on the team who's like, "Oh, to your face, oh, great play, buddy. You know, great job." Then when everyone's gone, he's in the parking lot, be like, "Man, we got to get rid of this guy. Oh, this guy stinks. Oh, don't." So Mutt seems like he's the cancer of this team. Does the team just need does Mutt need to get like cut or get a suspension or something, like get benched to maybe rile up everyone else? You know, what do you think? Yeah, he did play some good D, but he is just like they have no offense, but.
Yeah, he can't dribble. He can't dribble for shit. It was making me want to lose my mind watching him run down the court as point at any given point. Just watching him hit the basketball with a flat hand like that, up and down.
With those shorts on, I thought he was going to bounce it off his elbow and go behind the back to somebody, but
no, that was not Jason Williams akin at all. That was.
I think Coleman was winning. I think Mutt wore the shorts for his black brothers and sisters, you know, like that.
Hey, he's an ally,
right?
right?
Have run the point though. If they took Mutt out of the point,
who would I have? I would have Ron.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kirk, Ron's the best choice, or Kirk.
But don't you think you take away his scoring opportunities?
No, yeah, Kirk should be.
He moves.
But Kirk's not really a dribbler. Kirk, I noticed.
No one on the team is really a natural dribbler. Kirk should take the ball up more and facilitate. He can take the ball up by himself, get a screen and shoot. He's got to take control a little more because right now no one else is going to score the ball.
Yeah, I think you need Ron out there just still creating off the ball and shit like that because
Ron's the only guy that runs.
Yeah,
Ron doesn't stop running.
Yeah. They got gas.
And you need that. And if he's point and he's trying to facilitate the people who can't shoot, then what's the point?
Well, he can he can set the precedent at the top of the key, though. If he goes up with the top of the key and he sets off a pass to Kirk, who plays shooting guard, right? He can go in and start making his cuts right away. If you have the ball, you don't have to sit there and try to make a move right away. He can begin the movement on the court. And that's what Ron's good at. Since he's so fast, he can make up for it quick. So honestly, it is interchangeable. Kirk or Ron could play point and play well off of each other. They just both need to be the ones who are starting with the ball.
That's a great point, Fact. That's a great fucking point, Fact.
I was just about to make a John from Scranton joke. But
are you talking about like a high screen offense, though? Like with Kirk and Ron just picking each other? And
essentially, they got to...
Yeah.
They got to be the main two. You can set up other people. Like if you have Coleman, obviously is always going to be the power forward because he needs to stay in the paint. Yeah. He just needs to be
Put
right
him
there.
In the box, do a high screen, and then you can cut off. You can hit Coleman in the block, who will have to trust him to hit a layup, but do that.
Coleman shot though. The one Coleman shot was so funny. Like he just shoots straight bricks the whole time.
He has confidence in his shot though. He's not scared to shoot it, but
that is true. I thought he played a lot better. He played a lot better.
Yeah, played. He did play better. He was playing his role more. He didn't have any 3-point attempts, which is really all he needed.
I think it's crazy for Mick to talk And by the way, Mick, against all common sense, there was odds on. I'd like put up a little money for Mick to get over 7.5 points. Like he convinces me, and then you see him play like, oh, maybe not. I can't believe he didn't even attempt the shot. How do you go in there? Say you're gonna do X, Y, and Z. You gotta shoot.
When he gets the ball, looks so scared.
Oh,
like there was the one play someone passed it hits off his hand and goes out of bounds. Like
Mick does not look good, like especially in person. Like he said, he's down to like 122 or something.
Oh yeah.
He I hate to say this, Mick, but he has no muscle mass, and he's just like so skinny, So like I'm not surprised. There's one particular moment where he gets hard fouled like out towards the far side of the court, and he like falls down after the guy like hard fouls him, and I was like, oh my god. Or the part where his knee just like his leg just gives out and nothing really happened, and I'm like, oh my god, dude, this guy.
Mick got injured like 4 times. He was always getting off. Like
he went in for like a 10, 20-second sequence, got hard fouled, and then like as soon as he got up, he like called to the bench. Like, God damn it, Mick! Like, stay in and take a shot.
Also, Coleman doesn't know how to rebound. It's so crazy as a tall guy. Like there was, I think the play where he falls. Like he's going up for the rebound. There's a shorter guy right beside him, and the short guy out rebounds Coleman. Like Coleman wasn't even there. It was crazy. But his vertical is so terrible.
The funniest part about all the basketball stuff is and they'll do it again before game 3. Is they'll go over like Gus will be in the studio. Like Gus, what are you thinking? You're like, I'm 11, 8, and 6, and it's like. Yeah. Everyone goes over their stats. Okay, by doing the math on this, we're gonna have a 78-65 total tonight. Like it's fucking nuts. And everyone does it every time. Everyone's almost around a triple double when they talk about the game. It's very funny.
They need you need what because the drip lord like he's worse, I think, than he's leading. Like his shot, he hits that one shot.
His shot's good before he's gassed. Once he's gassed, then it's over.
Yeah, you gotta keep him at the top of the key. He just needs to never come in the paint. He's the opposite of Coleman. Give him an open shot and don't let him move at all. And then eventually, with enough ball movement, if you can get him wide open, I think he can hit those shots. Then that's where he's got to stay right there.
See, and that's where the high screen would come in because you're drawing the defender in by cutting. Yep, exactly.
That zone defense, the first 10 minutes of that game, though, had the other team in absolute shit. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I was like, they're gonna win this game by scoring 10 points. Like, this team is not gonna get the ball past the
That was Iowa in basketball form. That was Iowa football in basketball.
Exactly,
form
that was
right
Iowa defense.
That was.
They
get
the ball back then, go 3 and out and punch.
Yeah.
We got breaking news.
It was definitely impressive. Oh, here we go.
We got breaking news. Everyone knows Menors Live is on at 9 p.m. We're doing the simulcast, and we got the former CEO or the current CEO of the Menors Minahan Network. We got Menors. He's here a few minutes early. Menors, how are you? I'll put you in the over here. So
okay. Hello. Good evening. What a terrible mic in the Minifans.
I think we did. I think it got going once Phil came on. Phil kind of brought the heat. I have to say,
absolute stinker. Yeah, this show's gone downhill on this network.
Well, there's
Montante's been okay, but
Kirk Minahan Cricket League. Sorry, dude.
And I love Coleman. I love PRC Coleman, but he's got to fix that mic. I mean, that crackly ass mic is a tough fucking listen. I mean, I don't know who's producing this horseshit show, but someone should tell PRC. He's got a lot of good things to say. I'm a PRC guy. But he's got to fix that mic. I mean, Jesus.
Well, the issue is I don't have a mic, so that's the first thing.
Well, I don't know. It's crackly. It's like gets in your ear. It's unlistenable. It just drives you mad. Like you can't concentrate on what you're saying. And you say good stuff. Unlike Fax, who's got a beautiful mic and just it's like word vomit. It's unbelievable.
Fax sounds a lot like Roan, which no one's.
It's just words that have no meaning. It's just terrible.
I thought Fax was. I thought it was. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm curious, like what mic?
I can send you one. Get a Rode USB mic.
Oh, okay.
They're brilliant. What have you got there, Fax? I'm being mean. Of course you're doing okay.
I got a Rode, but not the USB one. I had to get a mixer because I only had the XLR cable and I couldn't plug it in to my laptop. So I got like a $50 mixer and it ended up being great. So I'm happy with it.
Awesome. You sound great. Just work on the thought processes behind.
Manners
what
comes
you're
into
saying.
Rails.
It'll get there.
Makes it about
It'll get
Mike,
there.
You know.
Anyway, pop me out, BA, and I'll come back on for Manners Live. You wind this show down.
I thought we're doing it now.
Okay. Is John not producing tonight?
Oh, John's here. So, okay. Mike and the Minifans, thank you, everyone. Manners, who do you want to keep on for Manners Live? That's like
just yourself and Montante.
Oh,
great.
wow. Okay. All right, boys. Phil, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely.
John's here.
PRC. Phil will try to get you in for a full episode.
Sure, absolutely. Anytime.
Great to meet you, Fax. You take care of yourself, buddy.
Hey, you
love
too.
your work. Always love welcoming you, Minifans, into the world.
It's
and
good
PRC
times.
Rode USB mic. Bye,
That's
Phil.
right.
Take it easy, boys.
See you, boys. Thank you.
So I think John's disappeared.
He's probably
Can you play the opening?
He just wants his fucking intro played. That's all.
It's Late Night with Mad Manners. I'm your host. Hello, everybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Manners till midnight. I will be taking your calls. I am also still alive. I haven't been fucked to death by the koala. So stick it up your ass, Steve. It's really good to see someone while we're all on lockdown. That's it. It's always sort of been there. The women's game has been ignored. So fucking scared. I mean, look at Steve Robinson. Since he talked about his parents in the first episode, he basically lied since then because he's too afraid. He doesn't have the guts that Kirk has.
John, you have
shocking echo.
John,
Oh
yeah.
my God, what's going on? Jesus Christ. What's a disaster on the Kirk Minahan channel. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Manners Live. You're, of course, on the Manners Minifan Network, and we're simulcast with the other channel, the terrible channel on the main YouTube. I'm Manners. I'm joined by BA, the treacherous fucking scumbag BA, who I'm going to talk to in a minute. Montante, how are you?
I'm doing well. Why are you being so mean though? You're being aggressive. This is like
I'm still angry at BA. I mean, this is the first time we've simulcast together. He's a traitor, and I'm also really worried about you. Like, I've been looking at some photos of you, and you are expanding like so rapidly. Like, you are not going to make it to 2025 at this rate. And I'm worried that since you left my network, you've been stress eating because you are massive. Like, you can sort of see it on. Like your face is now taking up most of the frame.
That's the worst to ever do it. It's
How about now? That's better now.
But you are stress eating or something. Like, I'm worried. Like, you're gonna have a heart attack. You're not gonna make it.
Can we call a spade a spade? Did he cut something out recently for the betterment of his health, which is maybe now not suppressing his appetite?
I'm still a handsome guy.
I agree. I'm not the one who's saying this. I'm just saying.
I'm just really worried about you. And, I think because you were such a scumbag with what you did and you're such a fucking fake loser, like you and John from Scranton come into this world and you're like, we're the tough guys. We're the Mincel Intel guys. We hate the show.
5 years ago.
And then as soon as Kirk dangles a tiny little carrot in front of you, you ran off like a little rat. And I think it's actually, done some damage to your character, and now you're stress eating, you're unhealthy, you're unfit, and I'm really concerned about you. And I don't want to offer you any peace yet, but I hope you make it to 2025 at this rate.
Manners, let me stick up for my friend here, Michael. I've seen him. What do you guys call him? I've seen him in his skimpies. I've seen him in his undies. Good peak male physique. He's fine. I wouldn't worry about him. He's all right.
I have a big belly, but am I
a big belly? Like in the last couple of months, you've put on like
I've been
50
fat.
pounds.
I've been fat for like 6 months now, at least.
Well,
I was chubby 6 months ago. I was chubby.
I
was fat during
night. I don't know how you sleep at night.
Um,
and Mike in the Minifans is terrible now.
Back, right?
What?
probably on his back. I would say from that.
Also, Mike of the Minifans isn't terrible. It's just as quality as was before.
Oh, so facts 2 weeks in a row is not terrible. PRC Coleman with that dog shit connection.
PRC Coleman was a staple of on Mike of the Minifans.
He was good, but remember how I used to get him to fix his sound?
You can't. It's always sounded like that. PRC.
No, you can get it better. If the producer's doing his job, you can fix it. But John from Scranton,
producer can't fix an echo. What do you expect?
Yeah.
You guys are the biggest cocksuckers.
Oh no, it's back. I mean, this is unbelievable.
I feel like I'm Coleman walking around City Field 3 years ago, tripping my brains out. I'm sitting here. Holy shit.
Anyway, this doesn't happen on the Minifan Network, and I guess the best bit of news, and look, the reason, some people have criticized me for. We don't even need to hear him. So anyway, some people have criticized me for doing these simulcasts because I shouldn't have held out an olive branch. But John's always been very willing to work together. And, during the week, Kirk Minahan, he reciprocated and he offered the KMS rundown to my network as well. And we've accepted. Joe, the Axe Sanders, will be executive producing the KMS rundown. It's coming back. It's going to absolutely shit all over Mike and the Minifans. And you suck and I'm glad we can do this simulcast together. But, the big news is the KMS rundown is coming back.
First of all, two things. The KMS rundown, me on 3 Up 3 Down brought it to the attention that the KMS rundown. Why don't you guys record it another day? No one said anything. Second, the simulcast was my idea from 3 months ago. So
it wasn't your idea. We all talked about it.
Classic Menners taking my ideas 4 months.
I did not take any of your ideas.
I just want to say good job to both of you.
But I'm glad. I miss.
Anyway, I'm just glad we get Joe this Sanders back after you two just fucking treated her like
what I was going to do the whole time, you tiny little twat. You shouldn't have been such a...
You still treated her like shit, John. I mean, you can say you admitted it.
Please. She's my
absolutely
buddy.
Did. And, especially BA in particular, he showed his true colors.
Yeah, BA broke your guys up.
Dangled this little carrot, which was nothing, to go on a channel where you're going to get buried and no one gives a shit. And
the views are the same.
You just fucking sniffed out and went for the carrot.
No, first of all, we're helping out Kirk Minahan. This is a Kirk Minahan channel. This is all because of Kirk Minahan. If he says the Mike and the Minifans, the prime time show or whatever, should be on Kirk Minahan's show, who am I to say no?
Exactly.
No? And
you know who you are. You came on as the Mincer. A real GVE guy would have said no. A real GVE guy would have said, I'm sticking with the Manners Minifan Network. But you didn't. You ran. You showed that you're a clout chaser. But that's fine. I've had my say.
All right, cool. Lines are open.
Now we'll take calls. I do agree with something Timothy Fax said. Is it Tim? Is it Tim Fax?
Yeah.
He said that he enjoyed the bit where they went for a jog around the block. And I've got to say, that bit where on camera there was no one there, it is the best the show has sounded for a couple of weeks. Wow. It was awesome.
Ironically,
we got a break from the basketball talk, which was nice. But seriously, that was gold. Like if you look at the images of that, like the empty studio and the YouTube running, and I was listening in the car as well, and it just the audio just goes dead. Like you just what you think your phone switched off.
The best was Justin coming back. Like I didn't, because I wasn't watching it. I was listening to it. Then you just hear. I thought it was Coleman breathing heavy at first, and it was Justin. I was like, that was pretty funny.
He said from the previous practice, he couldn't believe how out of breath he was and how deeply he was breathing. And I thought he was exaggerating.
Is your mic working, Montante?
I think so.
Not on.
This fucking guy. Who the fuck cares how PRC?
Actually, he is right. I think he is right.
Montante
sounds low.
I don't think your mic's on. I think maybe it's just turned down very low. John sleep at the wheel.
You don't even know what I'm doing behind the scene. You don't even fucking know, you little shit.
Guys, if you want to call into Menners Live, hosted by BA, featuring Menners, call in to 844-906-380.
I got 20 minutes. I'm about to bet on a baseball game, so I can get my little bets in.
Okay, before you go, can I just ask you something, Montante? And I know this is not financial advice, but, my Trump 2024 coin have any hope in going up, or should
I
sell it?
I think
and buy Kirk coin?
not financial. Oof, look at you go, huh? Not financial advice. I think Trumpy goes up. Look, BA loves it too. Maybe BA's fat. No, I think Trump goes up by September as we get closer to the election.
I do like when you get annoyed by like
mind-numbingly annoying. Yeah.
And
yeah.
Who's selling more Kirk coin, you or John from Scranton?
Oh God, Meadows triple, circles back to it, huh? I hate Meadows. Fucking worst.
That's so funny.
All right, I'll reach out to John. He's
yeah.
John, mate. Oh, sorry.
619.
Minutes live.
We lost him.
Oh.
No, he wasn't even connected. I heard the thing. The worst producer in the world. I heard the thing.
617.
You're gonna turn it on for it to work.
I hit call. I hit talk, and it was the callback button. It just disappears.
Okay, here we go.
617.
617. Welcome to Mariners Live, hosted by BA featuring Mariners.
I'm hosting, you fat fuck. I can't hear him. It's
Can't hear
BA.
It's
Sneakers.
his phone. I
Sneakers
can't
being
hear
the
him.
first call
I can't
minus
hear him
1,000
either.
cashes. It's Sneakers. Go ahead. Do your a little bit.
John.
It's his fucking phone.
Okay, always someone else's fault with John. I'm sorry. I apologize, Snakes.
Snakes, we can
Our
hear you
producer's
now.
having a bit of trouble.
Please repeat what you're saying, because all they're saying is they can't hear you while you're talking, and we can't hear you. Please.
The knob all the way up on the fucking thing.
Please. You can't turn the volume up on this.
He's just as quiet as he was before.
On the roadcaster, you can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Seriously, McCarthy's gonna be the biggest pussy in the Camus universe. He's blocking every account. He's calling people up and DMing people.
Yeah, Sneaks. I'm blocking you because you're texting me 30 times on it. You're making 4 or 5 counts about me. For the guy who calls everybody the biggest loser in the world. Yeah, sure. Sounds good, Sneaks.
I'm talking, right? Patty. He's reaching out to everybody that likes any tweet, crying everybody. He's crying to DA. This guy is the biggest scumbag scammer you'll ever meet in your life.
All right,
don't give this guy a penny. Don't listen to him. His genius idea is to hire a Trump impersonator to push Trump coins. This guy's a retard. He's the biggest fucking dummy there is.
Cool.
Right, sounds good, Sneaks. All right. Good Sneaks call. Get that out of the way. That was inevitable.
Was
not
that your
obsessed,
idea?
He's not obsessed. He's not obsessed.
It's good you're having fun with him. It's good you're having fun with him, Montante.
I know.
It's definitely a way. It's definitely a way for people to leave you alone about it.
Well, it's just one person who has the obsession. Lucky enough.
Well, I actually think there's a few other Minifans that have brought it up. Like, not just
you being so like
it's
like
annoying, BA. You being honest, it's fucking strange.
No, but you like
what's strange about it?
What's strange
Like,
about a
it's a
grown
fun-
man texting you nonstop, making accounts about you? Everything I just listed.
No.
What's normal about it? That's actually probably
It's pretty normal for a Minifan.
Whoever in that shit that's in the comments.
But like the 40K Twitter account where it has you with the Google, the Apple Vision goggles on the Batmobile, that's a funny picture. Like, you know what I mean?
Like an asshole.
Hold up, DA.
All right. Sneaks, you got anything else?
No, that's it.
That's where I think if you're like, oh yeah, that's funny, then everyone will stop doing it. You know, that's what I'm like what Menner said.
Yeah, once Montante has a troll on him, it's got to be like a feeding frenzy for that troll, because you just buy into like exactly what he's looking for.
Yeah, you give him everything that they want.
The Google Lens, though, that's fucking one of the funniest things.
Yeah, like I get the Texas stuff could be like annoying, but some of the pictures.
It's the middle of the day. I'm on WhatsApp dealing with fucking Indians. You look down, we got a grown man who's now made 3 accounts that text me nonstop. It's like, all right, this is a little much. This is a bit much. But no, it's funny.
That's what happens when you become so, you're a clout guy. You got a lot of clout, and that's what happens when you're at the top. People come after you.
With great Trump coin comes great Trump responsibility.
Exactly.
Never heard you agree with me.
I did it by mistake.
Oh,
I was shocked.
I forgot to mention this. What do you guys think of this worst third chair bracket?
I think that's going to fizzle away in the air as fast as fucking.
You think it's gone?
Yeah.
It's gone already. Oh,
Yeah, I think they've already forgotten about it. I mean,
Justin says doing a show this weekend.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. I think it's a good idea. I think Rico has to be in that list. He was one of the worst third chairs.
He's a better caller than third chair.
He's a great caller.
I like his calls.
How about Coach with that came in with the sandals?
The tough part is, and it's obviously going to be driven by recency bias because, like, I don't remember a lot of the. It's tough to remember people just from their name.
No, if you go through the descriptions, there's some people like that. It just says like.
But when you look at it, does it come back to you?
No. There's some people that they're just like a first name. And it's like, who is this?
If they don't come back to you, then that kind of does prove the point that they weren't that bad. If you're bad enough to not be remembered, then you're like, okay.
I think you have to be remembered as bad to be bad. You know, like if you were just nothing, then like Julie should win this. I think.
Oh no!
I don't know if she's in the top. She's in the top 5 for sure. I don't know if she's going to win it though.
Julie's not.
I think there's been some worse than her.
We're never going to be able to.
Who would win it over her? So Mayo.
Well, I think Rico was worse. I mean,
if Mayo's in this tournament and the way everyone talks when Mayo goes in and he doesn't win, that's bullshit.
No,
because
I think Mayo wins the most annoying guest, but not the worst.
Yeah,
his last performance. But the thing about Mayo is, he like people. I hate if I listen to Mayo, I hate listening though. I like it in a weird way, in a weird perverse way. I don't like admitting that. So I don't think he would not fit in that category. He is the worst overall, like as a human being and everything about him. But
like there was an episode from June 2023. It says Julie and Mark. Like who's Mark?
Yeah, I have no idea. Exactly. That's why I think it's actually if Justin pulls this off and does a show where he plays audio from all these people, and you can go, I remember that guy. I think that would be good content. It would be better than most of the content Justin's done lately.
Well, you're down on
less a bit. No, he's just got very bitty. Like I enjoyed the snack thing today, but it's another bit. Like if he actually just did some work, which would be fucking spend some time going through old shows and putting together a compilation of these worst third chairs. I think that's actually. I mean, the mid sentence 781. I think that would be actually good content. Anyway, let's go. 781, welcome to Manners Live.
I'm going to cut you off.
Hey, Freddie Lynn here.
Hey, Freddie.
Hey, just wanted to say real quick. Everyone is down on Montante. I think that's bullshit. I am up on Montante. Stuck on Montante.
There we go.
How much Trump coin did you buy?
0.0. It's actually 0.1, the same distance between the KMS studio and the Dunkin' Donuts they had to run.
Give that to Manners in kilometers so we can fully.
Ooh.
No,
you got me.
That was
good. That was good.
That was a slight.
That was harsh.
Go ahead,
Thanks,
Fred.
Freddie.
You guys are fun. I deal with kilometers.
I have something for Manners. He's getting on everybody about their microphone. Montante's microphone is not great, blah, blah, blah. Manners, relax. Montante mistakes his nightlight for his microphone. Just give him a break.
Freddie.
Freddie was that from a complimentary call to
I thought that was
Freddie, you're going to be blocked in a week by Montante for that comment.
I hate that I stuck up for BA. That fat motherfucker.
Well, you gave him a whole.
I will admit I'm fat.
This fucking guy, right here. Look at the cheeks.
That's a Photoshop. Honestly, if you go to BA's Insta, there's photos of him like that.
I love the basketball league.
That's a joke. Everyone puts this picture of me and it's like Kirk's so great. I love Kirk with it.
All right, this is not meeting of the minds. Any more calls? Any more calls? Okay, so other news. So just back to the big news about the KMS rundown coming back. We're going to have a central cast. If you think you've got the stones for it, if you want to be part of the show, we've got a few people in mind. But get in touch. The Minifan Network is. I'm going to let the Axe take the lead on this one. It's private.
You have nobody in mind.
How many people have reached out?
Do you think the Axe is sitting on her hands?
I would
when
love
you're
to watch
asleep,
that.
she's working.
I usually
When you're
imagine
putting
Chris
bets
Thompson.
on, she's working. When BA's stuffing his face with junk food, she is working.
Do me.
When John from Scranton is doing drugs, she is working. So, you know, I'm going to let, but she's
Who do
the
you, so
executive producer.
if you were in charge of this, who would you have in mind? Just some candidates. Who would you poach?
All I'm going to say is I think Visionless Dave should be involved in some way, as he's one of the stars of the rundown.
Is
history.
that wishful thinking?
But
or
can
are
you get him to
looking for
commit?
something?
I will say I think what is an interesting idea is maybe having a bit more than 3 or 4 regular cast members. You might want a couple more because people's schedules change. People are unavailable. John can hardly get anybody. Had Timothy Fax 2 weeks in a row in Mike and the Minifans. I mean,
I don't
it's just
do anything.
not easy. Yeah,
No,
absolutely.
I booked that. I booked them.
Anyway,
I didn't get
it's coming back. But if you want to be a part of the Menace Minifan network, reach out. I had a great meeting with a new Australian Minifan yesterday. He's a talented guy. So the network's growing. While John's channel is shredding shows every week.
Doing my job.
And you know what? We're happy to give you this
thriving.
We're happy to give you this platform on the Kirk Minahan channel to get your word out. So we're happy.
What are you talking about? I'm on the Menace Minifan network. I'm talking.
We're simulcast
on this.
You literally have the
I'm doing you
logo.
a favor.
You have the logo in yours.
Doing you a favor. You were fucking drowning before.
Someone's screenshot.
Mike and the Minifans was so bad, and you got the audacity to question me.
Mike and the Minifans.
We lost the caller.
Mike and the Minifans is always solid.
I have to say, I got a lot of satisfaction this week out of Pat Ford getting his comeuppance. He is a snaky fuck. He's the biggest clout chasing moron fucking goon face goober I've ever seen.
Wow, goon face. You gotta bleep that out.
Make sure he's not Italian.
Is that what? That's an Italian.
I thought you but
no, so. Yeah, I'm so glad he got his comeuppance. His show was shelved for the week. He's been exposed as a backstabbing fuckwad.
Didn't it come out tonight? When did you say it was coming out?
John's
got a caller.
He doesn't even know. Caller, welcome to Menace Live.
401, you're up. It's tomorrow, Montante.
Welcome to Menace Live, hosted by BA.
I knew
Not hosted by BA.
Hello.
Am I on?
Yep.
Yeah, you're on. Okay.
3 up, 3 down. How you doing, guys?
Hey.
Oh,
is this Kane?
Hey, I heard Mike in the Minifans today. It was dreadful. It wasn't a great show, but where was all the Pat Ford hate? You hardly talked about it. You could have had a fucking awful week.
We talked about it in the. We talked about the roses. We talked about the cloud. How he's shooting bricks. Where were you? Where were you, Kane?
Did you watch the show right before this?
Yeah, I did watch the show. I didn't hear enough of it.
Did you introduce?
John and Warren didn't even get brought up. The trips are awful this week, John.
So it's an all-time, and this is what happens at the other channel. Kirk Minahan, just decides not to release it, and everyone's like, "Okay, we're not going to release it." You're all fucking pussies as well. You didn't support your guys at all, John. You just hung them out to dry.
What? I was told I'm not allowed to go to you to ask if we could bring it to your network by the guys who do the show because I empower them.
I'm just not even saying that. I'm just saying you didn't even stand up to Kirk. I mean, like Pat Ford. Oh, whatever. That's why you're a fucking weak ass leader. You got nothing between your legs.
My network's crushing yours, Menners. You're lucky we're throwing you a bone.
Fuck off. Kane. I agree with you though, Kane. Pat Ford had a terrible week. His stocks are at an all-time low. And I think we've seen the true colors. Like we started to see it when I sent him a message. Oh, can you mention what's happening on the network that you come on a lot? And he used that to try and gain clout on the main show. I mean, he's the worst of the worst. I hope he has a heart attack and dies on camera in the next game. And, I'd love to see John and Warren fucking giving him mouth to mouth as that fat fucking loser fucking dies.
John was way worse on the show today than I was. Not even fucking close. He was
terrible
on the show today.
Absolutely dog shit.
He didn't say anything.
Yeah. Did he ask Kirk about his cancer? No. Did he? Nothing. Nothing like that.
No, I didn't.
Kane and some captains. Kane and captains.
I'm gonna do a few because I love you.
Hey, Kane, maybe you need a little Kane and captains before you go in studio next time, so you come with the fire. You know, a little captain and Kane.
Hey, BA, I want to talk about something about you. You said you came on our show, so we're in a private DM with Kirk, and he comes back after and says, "Hey guys, we did it. There's no fucking we."
I was joking around.
I could have brought anybody on that fucking show. It wouldn't have mattered, BA. You know what I'm saying? There's no fucking we. You're not part of the fucking network. Okay?
Did you introduce yourself?
Okay.
I see what you're saying. Yourself?
I apologize. I
should apologize to Kane.
You went for the clout. Okay, yeah, exactly.
I had a great time. I had a great time on 3 Ups, 3 Downs. I shouted it out multiple times. You know.
Yeah.
We got John who brings on Dr. Stupid. He brings on the other fucking idiot. What's the guy that raped Lauren Lynn? This is a bad person.
Where did I bring Wagon on?
Yeah, on Meeting of the Minds.
That's my show. What the fuck do you care about my show, Kane? I could bring whoever the fuck I want on my show.
We can still judge you for it.
Yeah,
we can still think you're a scumbag.
Yeah, why is he mentioning it here? What does that have to do with this, Kane?
What have you got to hide? What have you got to hide?
Also, Kane is in the DMs with me saying.
Okay, Kane.
Also, Kane.
John's rattled. You've done
Kane's
it.
in the DMs with me, being like, "BA, you're a really funny guy. You know, your jokes are so
great." You introduced yourself as three down, you idiot.
You're the fat, funny guy, BA. That's what everyone likes. The fat, harmless, funny guy.
I wish your fucking show performance was this good.
The guy that gave you your option. He also said that you were going behind the back, trying to get me off mic in the Minifans. I don't know if that's true, but
Manners,
either way, like, he definitely turned his back on the fucking network. Huh?
Manners definitely at times. Oh, no Kane this week. We're set with
That's
Kane.
A lie.
That's definitely true.
That's a lie.
That's okay.
That's the truest thing.
That is the
yeah, that's your guy.
I was like, oh, how about Kane this week? Now we're all set.
Yeah, because the way John and BA do the shows, they just get the people on from last week. It's the easiest thing.
Oh yeah.
No, I tried.
That board was fucking awful. You spent like 2 minutes on him on the fucking show. He had a fucking awful week.
Yep.
He used his mental health to make excuses about, like, I'm having a bad mental health day. It's just fucking bullshit. Like,
Who said that? Who said that?
Even bring it up because you want to stand behind it. I get it. Like, you're their Minifan elite. You can't rip them. I understand that, but it was embarrassing. Tonight's show was embarrassing.
I agree.
Absolutely fucking embarrassing.
There's probably people out there that agree with Kane. You got anything else?
It's always next week.
It was a great call, by the way.
John, bye, buddy.
Thanks, Kane. Great call. 3 Up, 3 Down. Great show. Actually, I'm also coming back on the Kirk Minahan channel. I'm going on the Leeches podcast.
Oh.
And I've agreed with Tom that it will be broadcast on my network as well.
Can we hear a little more, John? I'm sure you would know. There has to be a little more that's going on behind the scenes between Alice and Tom.
Well, I was just about to say Alice is coming out of retirement just because she wants to come on with me. And then she's going back into retirement. So
Anonymous.
I'll ask her what's going on.
Anonymous, welcome to Manners Live, hosted by BA featuring Manners.
Oh, shut up, you fat fucking loser.
How you guys doing? It's Ferdinand.
Hey, friends.
Hey, friends. John, just shut up, John.
So I wanted to get Monsante's feedback on the species of parent word in cocaine rat.
Can you turn it up, John? Turn the knob up a bit.
No, he just broke up. Say that again. He broke up because it did it to me too. Yeah. Hello.
Okay.
Call back.
All right, friends. Thank you. I've got some takes about the basketball team. I want to get off my chest. So it may be the worst sporting team I've ever seen, and there's no way they're going to win a game. Like, they are not winning a game. They're never going out to dinner. And I actually think it's a good plan of Kirk's to go, we're only going to go out for dinner if we win a game, so he knows he doesn't have to take them out. I mean, it is awful. Mick should stay away for longer. I don't think he's actually ready to come back into the Minifan world. Like, he's just a shell of his former self. He's just not the same. And he's a broken man.
He was great on the show yesterday.
I don't think he was great at all. I mean, that fake argument where he goes, I could beat Kirk in basketball.
I think he believed. I don't think that. I think he became a lie detector.
It's another bit.
He has to go up to that game and play good if you talk shit like that, though. Like, it's if there's one thing I've learned is you can't talk shit about sports and then you get whopped.
It's physically impossible for him to play good.
No,
Exactly, but he shouldn't. Then you don't go in there barking like you're going to beat
Yeah.
Kirk. I mean, it's ridiculous, and I just think that the guy clearly is going through some stuff. He's got a broken heart still. That's end of a long-term relationship. It was the best broad he's ever going to get, and he's got to come to terms with that. And I think he should stay away for another month or two, and then come back a bit fresher, because it's sad seeing him like this. And he's got this alleged Crohn's disease, which I'm still not even sure is a real thing.
Oh yeah, his physique definitely just shows that he's in peak health.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. It's probably like deep depression, I think, that's getting him down. And then my other basketball take is, it is unforgivable Ron and Gus playing golf on the day of the game. In that 90-degree heat, playing 18 holes, that is a huge fucking red flag. I mean,
but are you going to revolve your life around a pickup basketball league? Like if he has a golf tournament, I could see Gus.
Honestly,
maybe
you
not
should
going.
be shot for that. Do you see how seriously Kirk's taking this? I mean, if you want to be part of the team, I think you got to make sacrifices. And Ron looked absolutely cooked by the second half. Gus was like that injury, and then his carry on afterwards. Like, I agree with some of the comments you made on Mike and the Minifans. Like, the Gus show is getting a bit much now. And Montante said it. They're kind of enabling him. Like, they plant these things where he thinks he's this kind of personality who's going to make a career out of being the Gus bus, when he's not going to. He's never going to be successful. He's never going to get a job again at Barstool, and he needs to come to that realization. And him like,
I actually don't agree. I would have said he is no shot 2 weeks ago, but now I think it's like a coin flip.
It's a coin flip. What?
Big Cat is infatuated with him.
Okay, interesting. But I think Kirk's just making a joke of that about maybe getting.
Of course, but no, Big Cat actually. Big Cat was tweeting about it last night.
Yeah, but I don't know if Big Cat tweets, like when he's tweeting about these guys, he's thinking, "Come and work for me." He's just watching the sideshow and enjoying it. Like,
so
I don't think he thinks Gus would be a good employee.
If this internship happens 100 times, how many times does he get it, Menace?
Gus, you mean?
Yeah.
What's his chances of getting an internship?
Yeah, if it happens 100 times, how many times does he get it?
Look, he's a. Well,
how about this?
Give me a number.
Okay, without Kirk's intervention, 10%. But if Kirk were to call Big Cat like he did with Clemmer for some whatever it was, Barstool Idol, if Kirk would have called Big Cat and said, "I think this would be funny," then obviously I think Big Cat would do it.
So I think he gets this internship, 33% of the time, and then if he gets the internship, then it goes up to 75% chance that he makes a quote unquote career out of this.
So if Big Cat had two resumes in front of him right now, intern Josh or Gus, who is more likely to get a shot?
Good question.
Intern Josh or Gus?
Yeah, like it's the play-by-play guy.
They already have a play-by-play guy.
And Josh is a zero. I mean, he's
come on.
His announcing's amazing.
He's a good announcer, but what else can he do? I mean, his show on your network is unwatchable.
What else could Joe Buck do?
Okay, but do they need an announcer? Do they need just Josh to just sit in the Chicago office and just announce all day?
What's his name?
Manners is jealous of Josh's announcing skills. He thinks he's like the prime time Minifan
Wait
announcer.
until
I said Josh is good.
Hits the car.
What was really funny? Last week when I had Coleman on, his big like jab at me was when I said Josh should be hosting NFL Friday nights, and he was like, yeah, because NFL on Friday nights is such a big game, and I'm like, that was his big
Tell men who's bothered by that one.
No, it's just him being an idiot. Like, Coleman is the worst when he gets jabbed, and I think Coleman's dead man walking. So this is my theory. I think after the unnamed show where what Dave Portnoy said about Coleman. So from now on, Coleman can never get a promotion. Now Dave's in charge of the company. If Coleman ever wants to go up the chain, he's going to come to Portnoy, he's going to see it and go, no way am I giving this guy a promotion. So actually, Coleman's hit his ceiling at Barstool, which is, associate producer to the Kirk Minifans show. And he can never go up or move sideways or get a promotion. So he's dead man walking. Like, if
that
he
was
wants
a
to go up,
sad
he
moment.
needs to leave Barstool. And I think 100% he'll be on a show where he'll be saying about, the toxic culture and what Kirk and Dave did to me and all the gay jokes, like absolutely 100%. And he, unfortunately, his card has been marked now. Like when the head honchos got you in their sights like Dave does, I don't think he would fire Coleman from Kirk's show, but he just can't go anywhere. That's it.
That's actually a good point.
2 callers. 3, 2, 1.
That's a made up number.
Maybe. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, move on. Thank you. Next time, call from not underwater.
Thanks for not blaming that one on me. 860.
860, welcome to Mentors Live, hosted by BA.
You should be screening the calls.
Hey guys.
Hey.
How's it going?
Great.
Good. I like the show. I missed a little bit of it, so I apologize if you guys already talked about this. But what did you think of the YouTube stream? Actually, it wasn't just YouTube. It was on Rumble. It was on the platforms. The fact that failed, and have we gotten like any kind of an explanation?
Yeah, I think John from Scranton fucked it up. He's in charge of the YouTube and the Rumble, and he did something. He was asleep probably when it happened, and he wasn't around to fix it. So,
yeah, I wouldn't put that past me.
What? But like, if the internet goes down, can't they like just Isn't there a way to like rerun it or something, or they can't?
I think they were saying the upload was.
Yeah, that's not on them. All that. Much.
Anyway, let's listen to the caller. Caller, what have you got?
Just cut me off mid-sentence.
Sorry, guys. I wasn't trying to attack anyone. I was just curious what the technical, because, I mean, I'm not a tech person. And then later when they uploaded, they were able to upload the whole show to YouTube. So I just didn't know how that worked.
I mean, Coleman, is not very good technically, and Justin was too busy, putting snack packs together for basketball. So,
and Pat Ford had 5G.
You got anything else, buddy?
No, thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Hard-hitting question, but yeah, basically it's John from Scranton's fault.
I'm gonna go get ready to watch some baseball.
Thank you, Montante.
See you guys later.
You're a great guy. You take it easy. Love that sense of humor.
Today what was funny? Kirk was like, "Oh yeah, Josh and his buddies should do a show on the network," and I think he didn't realize they do have a show on the network.
I know. I didn't. It was like he's already got a show, and no one cares about it. That's the sort of job John is doing. That doesn't even know what's on his channel. That would never happen under my watch.
I have 661. Go ahead. Then I'll say what I have to say.
Don't even bother you. You dead man walking too.
Yeah, I just want to know why Mentors doesn't support the basketball team at all.
Wow,
I do. I'm a sport guy. I watched it live yesterday.
Yeah, but I just hear you talking shit about Justin and Coleman and everything, and yet you're always complaining about everything.
What's your point? I mean, it is the worst basketball team in the history of sports.
What do you mean? What's my point? The point is that you always complain about everything.
Yeah.
Great point.
I just don't think we need every show to be about this basketball team. But
I actually don't mind that. I don't mind
it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm not complaining.
The main thing going on with the show right now is the basketball.
That's the only thing going. Yeah, absolutely. And that's on the producers and Kirk and everybody. Whatever. Like that's the way the show is at the moment. It's fun.
You're never gonna live in a world where Mentors is happy, my friend. If you,
the show's been great. I loved it when they got stuck into Mutt this week. The Mutt hate was fantastic. He's a terrible athlete as well. When Kirk was laying into Mutt on Thursday, I thought Mutt was going to leave. I mean, that was fantastic. I don't know what more you want me to do for the basketball team. I guarantee if I was anywhere near there, I would be at that gym. Were you there on Thursday? Were you there on Thursday?
Part of that group.
He's right. You should be.
You're over here.
Were you there on Thursday?
But you never joined.
Were you there on Thursday?
Were you there?
Were you there on Thursday, you dopey fuck?
Of course not. I'm in California.
Oh, the excuses. It's not as far as Australia.
Excuse me. What are you talking about? I got the same excuse as you. You're in Australia.
Exactly. Look, I would be there if I could. I would be there if I could. So
That's
Yeah,
on
that's all
both.
you need to know.
this
That's all
call
you
is
need to
right.
know.
Same thing.
Manners is sick of the basketball talk. He says it's not good. It actually isn't Montante that's sick of it. It's Manners. Manners is sick of the basketball talk.
I don't know what you want me to say. It's been the show's been great. The show's been fantastic.
Hey, if you've suddenly switched over to being a show hater, I mean that's fine.
I'm
Right.
not a show hater. I just have valid criticisms.
It
of some
seems like
elements
you're a
of the
show hater
product.
at this point. I mean, you just want to shit on all the other people.
You're just a dumb sheep that has to, follow the person in front of you. You don't have an original thought in your fucking
All
brain.
right, whatever.
There's no black or white. You're either a show hater or you love the show. There's no in between.
But I don't see you doing anything.
So you don't see me doing anything. Open your fucking eyes, blind fucking loser.
He's
That's
bringing.
all I'm
He's
gonna
busy
say.
trying to bring back his
Alien
Lord.
prophecy right now
Get rid of
on the show, but
That
it's
is time in the sun. Thank you, caller.
Thank you,
Go
caller.
fucking die in a hole. That's it. Skulk away.
Great call.
Great call. Great guy. Made some valid points. Can't argue with.
You really
what you
did.
said.
I really agree with some of those points.
Absolutely.
Really good callers tonight.
Yeah,
That
very
was
good.
great. That was a great call. What was that? What else did I have on here?
Oh, I think you're completely right about Kirk being upset he's not getting the
yeah.
goal for Baller Steel Survivor, which
How
I
about-
too. But it's like, if they don't pick Kirk, like, what do we do? What do we
And
do?
I think it's for a weird reason too. I think it's actually he said it's one of the only things like I think he's like families actually being interested in maybe his kids were actually talking about surviving Barstool. So it's sort of the one sort of crossover into the mainstream, which he doesn't often get.
Unlike Menners, Darren Cunningham, he says he's with BA. I think the
I
basketball
think
talk
it's
is fun.
I haven't. They've actually had a better balance this week. Last week it was just too much. This week it's been better. And that look, I've enjoyed. I've enjoyed seeing the demise of Pat Ford and Mutt. I've enjoyed. Some of the elements of the basketball talk. So I think you're taking it a bit far. I just think it's indicative of how little Kirk's getting from Coleman and Justin as producers that he has to go, all right, I'm going to start a basketball team because I need something, and that's on the producer.
What about like Cole of this gym account? Do you think it's Coleman?
Haven't really given it much thought. I never give much thought to these burners because it just annoys me so much. And
he's a monster though. This gym guy is a monster. He's trying to.
I think it's probably Jonathan Scranton.
I'm not.
What about this picture of Coleman overdosing on mushrooms?
That is so funny. I mean, he's just he's like the typical fucking like dork or something. Like takes, as you said it before, takes like a little bit of mushroom, and he's the guy you don't want around in every situation. Like he's the guy you go out with to party and he ends up in hospital. He's the guy at the basketball. You saw in the basketball videos. Everyone is just hoping he fucking goes home. No one wants him to stay there playing basketball. He has very few friends, I would imagine. But none of it's surprising. I mean, this is all on brand for everything we've heard about Coleman. This is 100% on brand, and I feel sorry for him.
He does look dead. Patriots stick again.
I mean, he's only 24. Like, he's a young guy. When I was 24, there's a photo like me of that in the middle of a square in Amsterdam where I just passed out when I was for my 24th birthday. Like, just passed out in the middle of the square. So I'm not casting judgment, but. He's dead man walking when it comes to the producer of the show. He's going to have to look at a job in another media company if he wants to.
Saying he go to work the next day and grind because he had a project going on. I was just like, what? Why did you say that?
Do you think there's like something to my theory that he's listening to these old episodes of Steve Robinson? He's trying to like take elements of Steve and use it as like he's trying to be ultra right wing. He's doing these car crash moments, and I think he's doing them like to just say out of the blue the one time, "Oh, my brother texted me about something." Like it, like I think he is trying to mimic Steve a bit.
I don't know, trying, but he is following down that road. It's like it's just like, okay, weird guy, big tall guy. It is the same road.
But I think as well he stopped re-listening because he's barely doing like the job on the main show. So I think he's stopped re-listening. And you're right, he just stopped when Steve was like the right wing guy. So he, had he kept listening, he might have, got to the Cullinane era where we get wacky Coleman. But
you have to admit his
I
drops
just think he's young. He hasn't quite formed, like he's not a fully formed adult yet. And he's, he just he's one of those people that just sort of agrees with the people that are around him, which is exactly why he'll go to another company and he'll, tell how Kirk was this, mean person and made fun of my sexuality. And, I wanted to come out, but I felt victimized and all this stuff. And, I just think that's the way he is. And he's not ready. He's not quite ready. And his takes are awful. Like no one can argue. He's not bad at actually producing. Like he's good on the boards. He can do the drops. He's quite quick.
Very good.
But no one wants to hear his opinions.
But don't you think like now his shitty like when he comes up with something stupid, it's kind of funny when they're mocking it a bit? Or you still?
No, there is. Look, that's fine. Like anyone can just be made fun of. But I don't quite know if Coleman's got the substance yet.
Yeah, I still think I don't think any of them have hit like a good story topic outside of Minifan stuff or But that's if this whole show is Minifan stuff, like I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Now, if anyone wants to put a question in the chat, the phone lines don't seem to be working or something. So if you're watching and you want to put a question in the chat, John will be watching, being a good little producer that he is, and he'll put them up there. But we'll be answering questions. I have to say, I've had a lot of guilt over my comments about the Be a Man guy on last week's episode of Menace Live. Harmon is one of the greatest guys, and all I say is, be a man, take some criticism.
What the fuck?
But I have felt guilty because he's a great guy.
Can you imagine Harmon holding Menners up and that whole thing being, what was that about?
When he put out the tweet, he's broken my heart again. and like fucking Madawaska Rob got audio of me back in, I think 2020, saying I didn't think Be a Man was that funny. And then, put it on the internet last
40 million people later.
Oh, look, Coleman on shrooms is saying I'm not all right.
Look at his hands. Look at him clenching the hands. Like
he's in the middle of a trip. If you think about that,
if you close your eyes on mushrooms, you start seeing stuff even worse. So he's doing the worst thing ever.
Yeah. Like the straps down are fucking hysterical.
Any questions in the chat? Any questions in the chat? What else? What else?
Why do your eye sockets look unnatural?
I don't know, man. I haven't been sleeping that much this week. I've been burning the candle.
What's growing faster? My cheeks or Menner's?
Menace, what's your favorite fax's call? Wow, look at that. I thought Thursday's show was a shame that it was shorter. I'm getting a bit annoyed with the unnamed show starting at 11:30. Like Tom Shattuck's in there, another half an hour would have been good, but then they have to just wrap the show up. That's the only annoying thing about the unnamed.
I thought Shattuck was good.
He's great. Yeah, that's why I'm going on the Leacher show because I'm a Shattuck guy, even though he's all these backstabbing fucks.
You're gonna have to get used to letting some of them back into the castle. They all betrayed you.
I know they did. I know they did. But, we're in an era of peace. There's an armistice. Yeah. And, I just want content for the Minifans, as you've always said, John. And, we've won. Like, the Menace Minifan network is objectively better than your network. So I feel, no qualms in coming on and simulcasting.
And put it on the internet with the logo in the corner, and you're just going to look like a dummy. So we'll just cut that off there. We'll just
whatever. There. Who's next on Minifandom? Kirkster. Good question. Johnny Warren is next on Minifandom.
Oh wow!
So that was going to be last week, but I had a death in the family, so didn't feel like it's hard enough talking to a drip when you're feeling good, let alone when you're in a slightly depressed state as it is.
My condolences.
It didn't work the first time when you tried that bit, and it didn't work again then.
It was fun. I laughed though. That was just for me. But my condolences. This was also a question by Rhett Winter. One is Menner's going to Watertown.
Who knows?
Manners to America.
Yeah, hopefully. I'd like to be there for Kirk's 50th birthday in October, the end of October.
Look, we got two laughs. Mikey grab bag and Rhett.
Does coincide with cricket season, so we'll just have to see. I'm going to be there, and maybe I go and I never come back. Maybe I go there and just take over.
That'll be awesome.
Yep.
If you took over, what would
Menace
you like?
the Menace and Minahan show?
If you took over, realistically, what is the first thing you do? Like, what's the biggest change you make?
I'll keep that to myself.
Oh,
I'm not going to just let out all the.
You're not going to get
the cat out of the bag.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You're not going to get everything here. You just got to leave a little bit for you to get.
Yeah, I think he doesn't know.
Oh. Yeah, I've got a master plan. It would be if I was in charge, the listeners right now would be double, and Kirk would be making 3 times as much money. And there'd be like 6 interns who were females aged between 20 and 25. They'd just be wandering around the studio.
Say tomorrow he was like 3 months. I'll give you. You're allowed to produce for 3 months, and we'll test it out. Would you do it?
No, because it's too big a move. I mean, and then you can't work with Kirk under those conditions. He's such a ball breaker. Like I would need like a lifetime contract. Yeah.
301.
301. Welcome to Menace Live. I'm joined by BA and John from Scranton.
Favorites. Go ahead, 301.
Tell me an interesting story, Menners.
Great question.
Tell me an interesting story. What about any prompts, any words, any magic words you want to, any suggestions?
You brought up multiple stories nobody knows anything about, so just tell us all.
Oh,
what story?
Something dirty.
Anyone that came up in your tiny head that to you was factual. Just tell us about it.
No, get lost. I mean, fuck off. This is your call is terrible. You shouldn't even be allowed on Men's Live ever again. Tell me your story. Tell me your story, pal. Tell me your fucking story walking, dickhead. Walk off a fucking pier. Jesus.
Great call. Probably caller of the day.
Tell me your story. Like, what about?
When he asked that,
great
question.
Doing a bedtime story, fat fuck.
Maybe that's what he was doing. He had a little
Mikey grab bag. Would Manners replace Justin or Coleman if he had to work with the remaining producer? Good question. I'd keep Justin. I think Coleman needs to find himself in another career. He's clearly not suited for Barstool. Like for some reason he doesn't know it yet. Like he's trying to be a square peg in a round hole at the moment. And he needs to find, the right hole, whatever his name is.
I think he's more moldable, though.
You think he would have been better at a dead spin?
Yeah, absolutely. I wonder if Julie DeCaro needs like a PA or something.
Yeah.
It'd be perfect for that. How happy would I be to see Steve Robinson on the basketball court? Extremely, because again, he's probably a terrible basketballer. So it's great to see him embarrass himself.
Yeah, he's gonna be. He'll be bad, but because he's gonna think he's better than he is, and that's it. That if he's stuck to a game plan, maybe, but I don't. He'll be bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Manners, will you do a show with Jay ever? I did try and give him the link to last week's Manners Live, but he didn't come on. So he's always welcome. He's always welcome.
Is that kid that does the show in a Kylo Ren mask? Is that Jay? Are you sure if that's Jay or not?
Do you think Jay could do anything as smart as that guy? I mean, Jay couldn't edit that video. He couldn't put enough sentences together. He wouldn't even be able to put that mask on. I mean, absolutely.
Okay. You're right. Dumb question.
He has that mask, though, I think.
Yeah, that was what this was based off of. I think he might be the only one with that mask. So.
Jizz Wizard really wants a story.
I mean, if you give me like a more, more specific,
Okay.
story. I mean, what does he want to hear about? Jizz, put it in the chat. Put it in, Jizz boy.
Flip that.
Minifandom with Jay. Maybe that'll be great.
That's true. Yeah.
Didn't you do one of those?
No, I don't think so. No. I think you're getting confused.
When Kirk and Off brought Jay on, it was a disaster. Oh no, I thought it was actually good.
He was good on the You Make Me Sick show. That was Jay's.
That show was great. What happened to that guy? Did he die? Wasn't he sick?
I think he went back to work. He had some time off and he's busy. And yeah, unlike a lot of you, he stayed loyal to the Men is Minifan network.
Well, he doesn't do a show, so he did it.
Well, he stayed loyal. He didn't jump ship.
I say I'm loyal to Kirk Minahan, the greatest broadcaster.
I'm so glad Pat Gilroy's getting his comeuppance. He is the biggest fucking snake. Like, he pretended to listen to the show. He thought, if he can get Pat and Kath on the channel, it would go so well. And he's got his 50 views a fucking episode. It's embarrassing. Now Kirk
I thought he was
like
good on
him.
the show, though. I kind of liked him.
I didn't think he was terrible, but I didn't think he was good.
It could have been the topic was in his wheelhouse, because them going through Mike's old tweets was really funny. That was a good bit.
But yeah, Gilroy's pretty much a zero, and he's just like, I didn't think he was good, but I just didn't think he was bad. He was just very average. Oh wow, Kirkster. Minifan with some of the OGs instead of the new clout chasers. Yeah, it's true. Who would you like to see on Kirkster apart from Jay?
Who are me and John considered OGs now?
No.
Damn. But that's all we want. I want to be like you in DC.
You probably are. I mean, I think if you started listening to the show in 2019 or 2020, you're going on 4 or 5 years. Like maybe they're like the EEI listeners are like Hall of Famers, like me, and you guys are like OGs. I don't know. I think there needs to be a classification system.
When the show first started, it was probably like 90% or 80% like the EEI listeners or to the new Barstool crowd. What do you think it is now? Like, you think it's like the opposite, 80% are like new Barstool listeners?
Yeah, because I think some have dropped off. But I mean, you had Fax on before, and he said he got into it during surviving Barstool. I met this Aussie Minifan yesterday, and he's a new Minifan. Like, he was like part of the Stoolies Clubhouse, and again saw Kirk on stuff, started listening. But then he wants to be part of the network, but unlike the Kirk Minahan channel run by John, we have standards. When I pressed him, he said he doesn't. I don't think he listens to every episode of KMS. So I said, well, that's a red flag. I'm sorry, buddy. You got to start listening to every episode. But a great guy, Aussie.
That's a use. Oh, the Aussie guy.
He's an Aussie guy. He's an Aussie guy, Dan. But he's going to help out. He loves Barstool, and I think he wants to work at Barstool. He's like you and John, like a frustrated person that wants to quit their day job and work at Barstool.
Cool. That'll be the dream. The dream,
Yeah.
right? He wants.
You look a lot like Jersey Jerry now, except fatter, way fatter.
Jeez.
Don't worry. I'll be down 20 mentally in a month. So
mentally,
that's big.
That's big. That's the biggest part. Poppy and Subaru Steve, he's saying to have on Minifandom.
Mm-hmm. I like meeting Poppy. Subaru Steve is not welcome on any show I ever am on. He's a nice guy, but the guy has got so many problems. I really feel sorry for him.
That's bad. He's a good guy.
Yeah, I like him. I met him, but I saw his mum beat him up, and he's clearly got substance abuse issues and alcoholic. His life's falling apart. It's sad, and we just get a window into it. But can you imagine? He lives with himself every day.
It's crazy that these people are applying.
He's not a role model. He always said.
Well, thank God.
These people are applying to be interns at like Bussin' with the Boys, right? Am I the only one who thinks that?
They all
you applied?
No, the people who are. I think that's kind of crazy.
like a 30-year-old intern.
I mean, yeah, if you're over 30, that's wild to like apply to anything that says intern.
Anyway, I think we should wrap this up. This show's come to a grinding halt. No calls, no more questions from the chat. Mena's live. It's great to be back. Remember, the Mena's Minifan Network is the place to go. We've got 3 Up, 3 Down. We've got KMS Star Wars coming up next week. We've got the KMS Rundown coming back. Mena's live. I'm going to be on the Leeches podcast. It'll probably be on both networks. And
which has been negotiated. Yes, we'll do that, by the way.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning in to Mena's Live. Thanks, John, for producing. Thank you, BA, for joining me, you treacherous fuck. I will never forget what you did to me. And
at least I told you the whole time what I was going to do.
Yeah. You're an upfront scumbag. Whereas, and BA still smiles now and goes, I just did what? I just go. If Kirk asked you to come, you're going to go, man.
I did the right move. I did
burger.
the history will show I did the right move.
Just off camera, just go back and watch Mike and the Minifans from tonight, and history will prove you destroyed the show. The KMS Rundown will become the best show on either network.
You got to get my guy fucking PRC a mic. That's brutal.
Yes, I Rode USB mic. Please.
I have a fucking
PRC. Do it.
I have a blue mic that's sitting here.
Yeah.
Like even something like
that John is the CEO. You know.
Yeah.
I already talked.
Next week on KMS, we've got Tuesday. We've only got 3 shows. Kirk's bludging. I mean, that is such bullshit. Monday's a holiday. And he doesn't do a show on Monday anyway. And he goes, I'm just doing 3 shows next week. There is no reason for that. And where's someone holding Kirk accountable? You know, you got Justin worried about snacks. You got Coleman fantasizing about guys he's going to dance with on the weekend. But 100%, they should be doing 4 shows next week. There's no reason for them to just go, oh, I'm doing 3 shows. I mean, at least be upfront about it, Kirk. Say, look, I'm just gonna take a back seat.
Isn't telling you 3 days up front about it?
No, but I mean, he's using Memorial Day as an excuse where he just doesn't want to do a show. But he doesn't do a show on Monday anyway at the moment. So that's when the holiday is. So he could have just done Tuesday to Friday like he did this week. So anyway.
Maybe he's drinking again.
What was that?
I said maybe he's back to drinking.
Okay, but we've got Tuesday, we've got, I think, Blind Mike. And then Thursday, we've got Clemmer in studio. So
Clemmer calling
Freddie Lynn saying no respect for the holiday. I'm not saying you should do a show on Monday. I'm saying you should just do it Tuesday to Friday. He could have just done a normal week like he's done the last couple of weeks.
Freddie, I have to agree with you. And it kind of sounds like Menners.
Seems like he needed a day. He had a day to do something.
I'm the most respectful of the vets. I am very reverential.
Not what I heard.
I've actually been to the cemeteries in Normandy for the American soldiers that died at D-Day. Have you been to there, Freddie? Have you been to Normandy? Probably not. So who's got respect now? Go and see Furiosa, the new Mad Max movie. It's fantastic. Saw it last night. No, 2 nights ago. It's great. All right, Johnny, you play the music. You've been watching Mena's Live. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
very
much.
Look after yourself. I'm worried about you.
Another tough day at work today. Stephen Kirk, think I suck. Throw back a few wobbly pops, feeling down on my luck. And the interns ruin every show.